Hey educators, it is Princess Educator, and today we're going to talk about how to create and implement classroom rules inside of a preschool classroom. So let's go ahead and get to tipping right now. Alright, so number one, you would like to go ahead and brainstorm the classroom rules, which are pretty much common in a preschool setting. So what I mean by that, you can go ahead and start brainstorming what are your main goals. So for example, safety and health. So let's think of safety and health rules that preschoolers can do. So number one, they can walk inside of the building. So walking inside, we only run outside. What is another rule? Because I'm just pulling it out of my head. What is another one? I'm thinking about, let's say be kind. Okay, so under be kind, we have a rule. So be kind. Let's use nice words. We do not yell at our friends. What else? We have nice hands. So that is just pretty much just a general example that I have. So your main goal, so under safety, you have some rules that is following up to maintain safety. All right, so after we have got done brainstorming our rules, we're gonna go ahead and start making it clear and simple to the students. So we're going to relay that to them. All right guys, walk inside of the classrooms. So that is very simple, it's very clear, you cannot get that confused. Okay, so after you have made it clear and simple with that rule, you want to tell them how to implement and complete that rule. All right, so let's just say if you're giving an example of, all right guys, line up and wash your hands. Okay, so like I told you before, that follows underneath the safety and healthy classroom rule. Okay, so you can tell them that, but they do not know how to wash their hands properly. So you would have to model that expectation so they can be able to exceed that rule. So what I mean by that, by modeling, okay, so you just told them the rules, you made it clear about their expectations, and you're telling them to line up and wash their hands. So you're going to model it. Okay, so you're going to show them how to walk inside of the classroom, how to walk behind the sink and wait while their friends is washing their hands. So before you could go ahead and get into all of that, you have to demonstrate how to do those acts. Right, so here is an example of how to model. So let's just say if your rule is to keep your classroom safe, and you're going to show the students how to wash their hands. So let's just say you told the students, all right guys, let's line up and wash our hands. You're going to demonstrate to them how to walk to the sink and how to stand in line and wash their hands. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and model that expectation. Okay, so that means you're going to walk over there. Okay, you're going to walk over there and you're going to show them how to properly wash their hands, such as turning on the water, wetting your hands, pumping the soap, rubbing your hands in the soap underneath the water and counting for 20 seconds out loud. After you are done with that, you're going to go ahead and take your paper towel. You're also going to talk these steps out loud to the class so they can see and hear what you're doing at this very given moment. Okay, so you're going to talk it through. If you are working with toddlers, another thing that I do, if I'm telling them to walk, I do this: walk to the sink, and I'm pointing to the sink. So that is just a little reminder tip that I do. But anyways, so after I am done modeling my expectations, they are seeing what I'm doing. When I'm done washing my hands, I'm going to show them how I dry my hands off, how I turn off the water. Then I step down, throw it in the trash can, make sure that it's inside the trash and not on the floor. So you want to make sure that you are explaining that to them so they can know what to do at all times. If you make a mistake and drop something, use that as a learning opportunity. Oh no, I dropped my paper towel. I'm going to pick it up and throw it inside the trash can. You're going to reach down there, put your foot on the pedal, drop it in there and let off, and it's closed. Okay, so you're going to talk through those steps, modeling. One thing about implementing rules, you want to make sure that you are explaining how they're able to complete that rule. Now, another thing that you can do is always have visual aids around your classroom. So let's just say, let's use hand washing since we're using that as an example. You want to take real life photos of the current students that's inside of your classroom. You don't have to, but it's just a great idea for students to feel like they belong in this classroom. They can see themselves playing in the blocks area because a photo is there, or things like that. So you can snap a photo of a child that is turning on the water while the faucet is running, having their hands underneath the water to wet their hands, applying the soap, rubbing their hands together, counting for 20 seconds out loud, underneath the running water, grabbing the paper towels. I say at least 2, so 1, 2, they can count out loud and dry their hands together, and also throw it inside of the trash can. So you can take photos of each one of those steps so the students can have a little bit of a visual reminder. Alright, so after you have got done modeling your expectations, you will also want to make sure that you are modeling positive communication, which is one of the classroom rules that we generally have inside of the classroom, which is be nice and be kind. That falls underneath that umbrella. If you are a grumpy person, if you're actually a grumpy person, when you're inside the classroom, you need to leave that at the house, okay? That's just a real tip, okay? I have to be honest. Yes, leave that at the house. I'm always bubbly, but anyways, you want to make sure that you are bubbly inside of the classrooms. So you would like to make sure that you're greeting the students, greeting their parents with a smile and excited to see them. They will also copy you while you're doing that. Good morning. They will even come to the door to greet you before you even greet them, because you have modeled that expectation for them. Okay, so let's go ahead and segue to maintaining positive communication. Okay, so while you are talking to the students, let's just say if you are redirecting Jacob and he's washing his hands, okay, since we're using that as an example for today, and he is washing his hands and he dropped his paper towel on the floor while he's trying to discard it. You do not want to use a mean tone and body language and facial expression while you're explaining that to him. For example, you do not want to be like, Jacob, you drop your paper towel on the floor. Okay, so he may get startled and he will probably put it up inside the trash can, but he has learned this is how you talk. This is how you communicate. So now he's talking to you like that. Now he's talking to his brothers like that. And now he's talking to his classmates like that. Because you have taught him this is how we communicate. But you also wondering why there's so many mishaps in the classroom. It's because they're copying you. So make sure you check on you. Okay, let's get yourself together and let's watch our facial expression and tone. Now, you're probably looking at me, oh yes, she's sassy. But yes, there is a time and a place in everything, because I'm correcting you all, but I'm just sassy. But anyways, you would like to watch out for your tone when you're redirecting people. So if Jacob dropped that paper towel on the floor, you would like to remind him, hey Jacob, you dropped your paper towel on the floor. Can you pick it up and throw it inside the trash can? Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's right there. Now he's going to pick it up, put his pedal on the trash can, and he's going to open it and drop it inside the trash can. So next time he's going to remember, all right, let me make sure I put he's going to be like, so next time he's going to be mindful of making sure that there's no paper towels on the floor. Okay, so you have taught him all of those things just by teaching him to wash his hands. You're teaching him a life and health skill, and you're also teaching him how to be aware of his surroundings. Okay, so all that implements of how you run your classroom, what rules you set, and also let's go ahead and segue to consequences while we're on this. Okay, so let's use a natural consequence we just used a few minutes ago. Let's just say if a student is playing inside of the sink, because I have had one of those. You need to go over there and explain to that child, hey, you're spilling water all over the floor. Now, they probably don't understand, like, okay, it's water on the floor, like, okay. But they get down, now their feet is slipping and gliding and they hurt themselves, okay? Which is not a funny issue, but they can hurt themselves very severely, even yourself as well. So you want to state to them, all right, we don't want to spill anything on the floor because we're going to slip and hurt ourselves, okay? You want to state that to them because that is a natural consequence of having a wet and slippery floor. All right, so here is a natural consequence that you can use inside of your classroom. Let's just say if you have a student who refuses to eat their lunch. So you're going to encourage them to eat. All right, Amy, make sure you eat your lunch so you won't be hungry. So you have stated, you have encouraged them to eat and told them if they refuse to eat, they're going to be hungry. And you can say, well, you're going to have to wait almost 3 hours for snack, and that's going to be a long time. Now you are encouraging them even more to eat their lunch. Now it may be something they do not like, they never try it, because we do have picky eaters, but you are encouraging them to try something new. That's something that they're probably not used to eating at home. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to comment down below and I will go ahead and answer it for you all. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!